Our good friend Dr. Hinterman just gave me 2 primo seats for tonight's Dolphin game. You want to go?
I got plans.
Oh, too bad.
For you, maybe. I got a date with Erica from physical therapy.
I got 50-yard line seats.
She's trained in therapeutic massage.
I'll trade you.
In your dreams.
Luke, you busy tonight?
Yep, I'm helping a buddy train his dog.
You're a dog trainer?
No, I'm the attack dummy at police canine school.
You just stand there and let dogs attack you?
Are you kidding? I run like hell.
Well, you're the boy's father, Fred. You explain why it's wrong to put the Little Mermaid in the microwave. Now, there's beef stew in the crock pot for lunch. The crock pot. On the counter. You're a fireman, Fred. Look for the smoke.
Fred taking care of the kids today?
Yeah, and I'm hearing about it.
Well, Annie, at least he's helping out. Poor Murphy Brown has to do it all by herself.
Yeah. Well, Murphy Brown doesn't have a husband calling her up and complaining every 5 minutes.
Men, they're only good for one thing. Leaving the seat up.
What does it say? I'm dying, right?
Oh, now relax, Mr. Myrock. That's the kind of talk that gave you an ulcer in the first place.
Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. I don't trust doctors, and I hate hospitals.
You just take it easy, and in no time at all, you'll feel right at home here. Who knows? You might even make a new friend or two.
George.
Jack!
George Myrock.
Jack Trenton!
Well, I certainly called that one, didn't I?
I didn't know you were here. I thought you were sentenced to county memorial.
No, right here, you dog, you dirty dog. Well, I haven't seen you since before my trial.
How do you two know each other?
George, are you kidding? I found this guy in the mailroom, and I made him my junior partner. We work side by side, day in, day out.
Well, that explains the bleeding ulcer.
We were golden. We forged new frontiers. We blazed new trails.
Jack, we decimated companies. We toppled investment firms. We built people out of their life savings.
And then you had to get greedy. Now, listen, if there's anything you need while you're here, anything, I'm your man.
Well, actually, Jack, Mr. Myrock needs his bedpan removed.
Sorry, Jack. It's nothing personal. It's just business.
The Dolphins. And the first 10,000 fans get a souvenir seat cushion. No, I understand. Hey, how many times did your daughter get married? Right. Weenie. I can't believe no one wants to see the Dolphins.
Me neither. They're so strong and sleek and intelligent.
They're going against the Bears. The Dolphins are going to kill them.
Ah, don't be so sure. Bears have huge claws. And they're surprisingly swift in the water.
I don't understand it. Why is it that everybody I used to hang out with is busy with careers, marriage, and babies being born?
Because they have lives, Hank.
Yeah, well, darn it all, I want one, too. Next thing you know, I'm going to be one of those lonely old guys in fat pants at the beach waddling around with a metal detector.
Well, at least you want a life. They don't make enough dynamite to blast Fred off our couch.
Listen, Annie, Hank's looking for a buddy to take to the Dolphins game.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Get Fred off that couch.
Your husband, Fred, I hardly know him. I only met him once.
Hi, Fred. Do you want to go see the Dolphins tonight with Hank Kaplan? No, Hank Kaplan. He's the one that... Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I know, but damn it, Fred, just go anyway, okay? Okay. He'd be delighted.
Ever remember when we sent that pizza to Ivan Bolsky in prison?
Yeah. And the note we put on it, 30 years or less, or the pizza's on us.
He was in prison.
It's not so funny now that it happened to you and me.
You know it, George. I've been meaning to get a hold of you since you got sentenced last month.
Yeah, well, I've been kind of busy with my legal problems.
Well, that's what I've been wanting to ask you about. Our partner Dennis gets 7 years in a federal prison. I get sentenced to 8,000 hours of community service in this living hell, and you get
3 weeks library service.
Yeah. Okay, see, that's what I don't get. I mean, the only way you could have gotten off so easily was if you... Look at me.
I can't.
Look at me, Georgie.
I can't, Jack. I'll wet myself. You know it.
Oh, my God, George, you ratted on me.
Now, hold on, Jack. Hold on. I didn't get off so easy. The library's no day at the beach. Due dates? Fiction, nonfiction? Up the ladder, down the ladder. And, you know, and with my knees.
And with all that whispering, must be a living hell.
So you can imagine.
I can't believe it. It was you. I knew I wasn't that sloppy. Where did you ever get the idea to set me up?
From you? You're the master. You taught me everything I know.
You got that lousy, backstabbing maneuver from me?
Damn, I'm good.
Hey, hey, Dolphin, good morning to you, and especially you, Annie, whose husband happens to be #1 in my book.
My Fred?
Our Fred now, Annie. That guy had me in stitches. He was leading our section in cheers. He was singing. He spelled dolphins with his body. D-O-L.
Wait a minute. Fred did all of this?
Yeah, I tell you, I haven't had a night like that in ages. All I can say is, Annie, thank you.
Didn't Fred tell you any of this when he got home? We didn't talk.
I guess when you've been married as long as you guys, you don't have to talk.
He flopped in the bed, started snoring, so I put a pillow over his head.
That is beautiful. And they say when you've been married long enough, you even start to look like each other.
Great. Someday you're going to look like Lionel Richie with love handles. Not that Fred isn't handsome. I love Lionel Richie. I think I've said enough already.
Morning, George. How'd you sleep last night?
Fine.
Good. Can I get you anything?
No.
And now, how are you feeling today, buddy?
Confused. Aren't you mad at me?
Well, you know, the old Jack would have been, but I've changed. My work here has taught me about second chances and the value of a clean slate. George, I forgive you.
You mean it?
Absolutely.
Oh, Jack, what a relief. I mean, it's bad enough being in the hospital.
And, of course, I know how you feel about doctors.
Right, I don't trust them. They say I'm going to be okay, but I don't believe it.
I know. I have my finger on the pulse of this place. Why don't I just find out what those doctors won't tell you?
You could do that?
Hey, who's better at getting inside information, huh? Trust me.
Annie, I've been thinking. Maybe you and Fred need to get reacquainted. How about I babysit tonight and the two of you go out?
Oh, Sandy, that's a lovely offer. Let me think about it. We could go to Dewey's Clam Bar down by the beach. That was always our special place. Fred, hi. I heard you guys had a great time last night. Listen, what do you say we get away tonight and go to our special place? Dewey's Clam Bar down by the beach, Fred. How can you be sick of it? We haven't been there in 6 years. Damn it, Fred, you never want to go anywhere. Hey, tell me something. What did you do to my husband last night to bring him out of his shell?
Nothing special. Just guy stuff.
Like what? Sat out in a stadium parking lot and had a belch off?
We did nothing of the sort. We built a beer can pyramid and knocked it over with rocks. And, after the game, Fred took me to a fabulous restaurant on the beach.
Geez, what? A restaurant on the beach?
Uh-huh, Dewey's Clam Bar. God, I have never eaten so much without having to chew.
Dewey's? Fred took you to Dewey's?
He sure did. We had a ball. Tell you, I can hardly wait for the boat show.
Boat show? What boat show?
Tonight at the convention center. Me and Fred are pretty jazzed. The rumor is Bob Denver's going to be celebrity host.
You just have no idea when to shut up, do you?
Fred, what's this about you going to some boat show tonight with Hank Kaplan? You passed me up for Gilligan? How's that supposed to make me feel? Don't you dare hang up on me, Fred. Fred!
Annie, can I ask you something? You and Fred ever say goodbye before you hang up? Maybe it's not my place to butt in, but why don't you call Fred back?
No, he'll call back. He always does when he knows that he's wrong.
Well, it's Fred.
Of course it's Fred. I told you he'd call.
He wants to talk to Hank.
He was up all night, but I finally got Mr. Pilkington to sleep. He keeps insisting he has to run in a 10K this afternoon.
A 10K? The poor man has a broken hip. I know. He wouldn't have a chance of winning.
What time did Fred get home from the boat show?
Well, I waited and waited. Then at 10 o'clock he calls from the driving range, says he's hitting buckets with his new buddy.
Let me guess, Dr. Funboy.
I don't know what's happening, y'all. Hank is getting all the attention that Fred used to give me.
Count your blessings, honey. At least you didn't find your husband parked behind the bowling alley checking out the pins on some cocktail waitress.
Listen, Sandy, I can compete with another woman, but there's just no way to compete with another man.
Of course not. That's why they separate them in the Olympics. Though I never could understand why the luge couldn't be co-ed. Annie, take it from someone who knows all about Dr. Hank Kaplan. In no time, he'll find some other fireman leaving Fred alone, dejected, waxing his legs and wondering what it all means.
Well, I'm just going to ride this out. I'm not going to get all worked up and jealous over Hank and my Fred.
Good morning, everybody.
Don't you good morning me, you clam-sucking home wrecker.
Ready? Go. Right middle stone.
Yes,
Free air and peritoneum.
correct.
Oh, my. That's an enormous metastatic gastric carcinoma.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
Look closely. Doesn't it sort of look like a moo cow?
You know, the boredom factor here leads you people to the most bizarre forms of entertainment.
Jack, I'm studying for my physiology midterm for medical school.
And check it out. It's got to be the worst stomach tumor I've ever seen.
Stomach tumor, huh? Tell me, would something like this be fatal?
You get a moo cow in your stomach, friend? It's a pretty good bet you're buying the farm.
George, I've done some checking around, and... Oh, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. But here...
What's this? It looks like a moo cow.
It's the X-ray of a tumor.
Why are you showing me this?
Because it's your stomach, George.
Yeah?
Look at the size of that growth. If that gets any bigger, you can claim it as a dependent.
Why didn't the doctors tell me about this?
I don't know. I guess they wanted you to be comfortable in your final days.
Oh. Then why the hell did you tell me?
I told you I would be straight with you, George. I'm not one to break a promise.
Since when? Oh, my God. Why me? My God, why me?
Well, from the looks of that picture, pretty soon you'll be able to ask him in person.
Jack, this can't be. I can't stand the thought of going out like this.
George, I'm going to leave you here alone with your thoughts. Be strong. For me.
Did you hear a good joke?
Oh, you bet I did. George Myrock came in here for a stomach ulcer. And now he thinks he's dying. I guess you had to be there.
Hank, I'm just saying that you should be more sensitive about how you're making Annie feel.
Yeah, I don't know why Annie's mad at me. It's not like Fred found another woman.
Don't you get it, Hank? You are the other woman.
Annie, I have something to say.
What? You and Fred going to Bahamas on a carnival cruise?
Come on, Annie, relax.
Relax, yeah. I'll just kick back while you buddy up with Fred and my marriage goes to hell.
Oh, hey, that is a conversation you should have with Fred.
How can I? He's either watching television, working at the firehouse, or lying in bed dead to the world.
Well, maybe that wouldn't happen if you initiated sex once in a while. Maybe we should speak privately.
It's a little late for that.
Sorry about that. Annie, I just thought that this is something that you argue about all the time.
What did Fred tell you about our sex life?
You really didn't get into it. Of course, from what Fred said, you don't really get into it either.
Fred said that? Oh, when I get home, that man is really going to get it.
Well, just as long as Fred gets something, he'll be one happy fella.
You listen to me, Hank. I take care of the children. I work as many hours as he does. So don't tell me that I'm the bad guy just because I don't spring to life every time Fred decides to come to bed without his pajama bottoms.
You know, I think you're killing the messenger here.
Don't tempt me.
Annie, come on, now, you want to talk about it?
Damn right I do, but you're not who I need to talk with.
Hey, Georgie. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm at peace.
Doesn't that come a little later?
I mean, I've gotten my affairs in order.
Sure. In your condition, I think that's wise. Oh, by the way, did you pick out a suit?
Blue pinstripe.
Oh, the one you always wore to foreclosures. Poetic.
Yeah. I made up my will. I stopped the newspaper. I canceled my subscription to Newsweek.
Now, actually, you can have that sent to family or a friend until it expires. Oh, pardon the expression.
Hey, don't apologize. I feel great. Especially now.
Why now?
Well, confession is good for the soul.
What do you mean by that?
I made a full written confession to the state attorney of every other scam you and I ever worked.
You what? What the hell did you do that for?
I want a clean conscience. I'm dying.
You're not dying.
I think a certain moo cow says otherwise.
You have acid indigestion. A package of Tums would take care of it. You big baby.
But you told me I was dying.
No, I wanted to make you suffer for making me suffer. That's not so bad among old pals, is it?
Oh, I wish you'd have told me before I sent the confession.
What, you mailed it already?
No.
Thank God.
I faxed it.
Oh, no. Did I miss another joke?
Yeah, a big one. Jack thought I was dying, and I knew all along I wasn't dying, so I made him think I sent a confession to the state attorney, and now he thinks he's dead. I'm dying.
Oh, there's something about rich people's humor I'm just not getting.
Okay, good. We'll talk about it tonight. Oh, Fred. Goodbye.
Congratulations, Annie. You and Fred are finally saying goodbye.
Don't tell me. He's moving in with Hank. Details. I want details.
Only one detail you need. 7:30 tonight, you're babysitting.
Oh, I am. Mm-hmm. Fred and I are going to do some serious talking at Dewey's Clam Bar.
Fred is taking you out to dinner? Our Fred?
Yep. And I'm going to stop at Victoria's Secret so I can whip up a little something for dessert.
Annie, I am so cheesed off at Fred. Now I know what you're talking about. He left a message on my voicemail saying he can't make the Miami-Orlando game tonight.
Well, Hank, I guess something better came up.
What could be better than the Heat and the Magic going at it?
Tonight, I got a feeling Fred's going to have all the heat and magic he can handle.
Very clever, Georgie. I just ran up a $2,000 lawyer tab only to find out that you didn't really send that fax to the state's attorney.
I'd say you got off cheap.
Yeah, well, where do you get off pulling that kind of crap on me?
It's like I said, I learned from the master.
Yeah, and don't you forget it, you little fly splat on the windshield of my life. I'm the man, you hear me? I pull the strings. I push the buttons.
Hey, Jack, push the button, will you?
Hey, you know, I made you, and I can break you. Just don't you ever forget who you're talking to. I'm Jack Prince, damn it! Hey, watch the heel marks, all right?
Sunday, don't miss the NBC world premiere miniseries Deadly Matrimony, inspired by the true story of one man who brought enough cops and judges to get away with murder. But one honest cop broke the conspiracy of silence and shook Chicago to its core. Deadly Matrimony, NBC Sunday. Now stay tuned for an all-new Sisters.